The story of the British royal family is often told through traditions and ceremonies, yet in today's world, these moments reach us through modern technology. Platforms like Instagram and YouTube allow centuries-old customs to be shared instantly with millions worldwide. This blending of history and digital innovation ensures that royal events are not just witnessed by those physically present, but by a global audience. As we begin, let us first explore King Charles's recent arrival at Balmoral Castle, a moment that perfectly illustrates how heritage is preserved while technology amplifies its impact. Transitioning from our introduction, we now turn our focus to His Majesty King Charles III and his symbolic journey to Balmoral Castle. At the age of 76, the King's annual summer retreat to the Scottish Highlands represents far more than a seasonal escape. It is a ritual steeped in heritage, one that dates back to Queen Victoria and Prince Albert in the mid-19th century. Balmoral is not just a picturesque estate nestled among mountains and lochs. It is a living testament to continuity, stability, and the private side of royal life. On August 18th, the royal family's official Instagram account released the first glimpses of the King's arrival. This is significant for, while Balmoral represents centuries of tradition, its presentation today relies on modern digital platforms. Social media has transformed how these royal milestones are communicated. Instead of being confined to printed newspapers or televised broadcasts, they are now delivered directly to global audiences in real time. A single Instagram post accompanied by carefully selected photographs allows millions to witness a centuries-old ritual within seconds of its occurrence. This convergence of ancient custom and cutting-edge technology ensures that the monarchy's relevance is preserved in a digital age. The images themselves carried powerful symbolism. King Charles appeared resplendent in a traditional Scottish kilt, smiling warmly as he was greeted by a ceremonial guard of honor from the Royal Regiment of Scotland. Beyond the human participants, a particularly delightful presence captured attention: Corporal Cruchon IV, the regiment's Shetland pony mascot. This charming figure, often photographed, underscores how visual storytelling amplified by digital media creates memorable moments that resonate not only with royal enthusiasts, but also with the wider public who might otherwise feel distant from the institution. Yet Balmoral is not simply about pageantry. For the royal family, it represents sanctuary. Here, away from the relentless glare of cameras and political duties, monarchs have historically found solace. It was in these same grounds that Queen Elizabeth II spent her final days imbuing Balmoral with poignant memory. The King's arrival, robust and cheerful, therefore signals more than health and stability. It reassures the nation that continuity endures even after profound change. Technology plays a crucial role in conveying this reassurance. Through online posts, live streams, and even news clips circulated across platforms, the public gains an intimate view of a royal tradition that once remained largely private. Moreover, the choice to highlight Balmoral through digital means reveals how the monarchy is adapting. Instead of resisting modernity, it embraces tools that amplify its voice. By merging visual heritage with instant communication, the institution bridges generations, connecting younger audiences accustomed to smartphones with the deep-rooted traditions of their ancestors. This balance between past and present is vital. It transforms the King's arrival from a private family retreat into a global cultural moment. As we have seen, King Charles's presence at Balmoral is not merely ceremonial. It represents the monarchy's ability to endure, to adapt, and to remain visible in a world shaped by rapid technological change. And while the King's arrival projected continuity, another story was unfolding in parallel, one far more private yet equally significant. To understand this, we must turn our attention to Prince Harry and his discreet act of remembrance at the VJ Day service. Moving from the public traditions of King Charles at Balmoral, we now shift our focus to a very different story, one quieter, more personal, yet equally revealing of royal values. This concerns Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, whose discreet act of remembrance during the VJ Day service reflects both his ongoing connection to heritage and the unique challenges of living apart from the institution. The revelation, first reported by GB News, detailed how Harry arranged for a trusted friend to deliver a letter and a wreath to the Burma Memorial in Staffordshire. His instructions were telling. The items were to be placed only after King Charles and Queen Camilla had left the site. This careful timing speaks volumes. It highlights Harry's respect for the solemnity of the occasion and his desire not to overshadow the official royal presence. Rather than seeking publicity, the Duke chose humility, ensuring that his gesture would complement rather than compete with the ceremony. What makes this particularly fascinating is how such a private act became known to the wider public. Here again, technology plays a decisive role. While the act itself was quiet and away from cameras, news outlets, digital reporters, and social platforms carried the story across the globe within hours. In the modern media environment, even private gestures are amplified by algorithms and shared through networks of commentators and audiences. This paradox illustrates Harry's ongoing challenge, the tension between his wish for privacy and the inevitability of global attention. The letter itself deepened the emotional resonance. In it, Harry paid tribute to his late grandfather, Prince Philip, who had served with distinction during the Pacific Campaign of World War II. Harry wrote movingly, "My late grandfather spoke with quiet humility about those years, but I know how deeply he respected all who stood beside him in that theater of war." These words reveal not only admiration for Prince Philip, but also continuity in military tradition. Harry himself spent 10 years in the armed forces, completing 2 tours in Afghanistan. His bond with veterans and his respect for service remain integral to his identity, even as his formal royal role has shifted. From a technological perspective, the public's access to this private tribute depended on modern channels of communication. Media platforms ensured that Harry's message, originally intended for a memorial site, was quickly broadcast to audiences far beyond Staffordshire. Social media commentary then multiplied its reach, transforming a discreet personal act into a global talking point. Here, technology acts as both bridge and amplifier. It connects Harry's sentiment to millions while also intensifying scrutiny on his every move. Royal analysts like Richard Fitzwilliams praised Harry's action as thoughtful and appropriate, emphasizing that it struck the right balance between remembrance and discretion. In an era when the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are frequently at the center of controversy, this gesture stood out for its dignity. It demonstrated that despite distance and differences, Harry remains connected to the values of duty, memory, and family heritage. In essence, Prince Harry's quiet tribute contrasts with King Charles's public ceremonial arrival at Balmoral. Yet both stories share a common thread: respect for history, acknowledgement of service, and the desire to honor those who came before. Technology once again ensures that neither story remains confined to a small circle. Instead, both resonate worldwide, shaping perceptions of the royal family in real time. With this private act explored, we can now move toward a broader comparison: how these dual narratives together illuminate the evolving face of the monarchy. Having explored King Charles's ceremonial presence at Balmoral and Prince Harry's discreet tribute at the VJ Day service, it becomes clear that these two stories, though unfolding in different contexts, are deeply connected. Together, they illustrate the monarchy's dual identity, one rooted in tradition and visibility, the other shaped by individuality and quiet remembrance. Examining them side by side allows us to see how the institution and its members are adapting in distinct yet complementary ways. King Charles's appearance at Balmoral projected stability, continuity, and ceremonial strength. It was an image designed to reassure the public the monarchy remains steadfast, deeply tied to history, and capable of enduring generational change. Everything about the moment, from the guard of honor to the kilted monarch, spoke of ritual and symbolism. And crucially, the event was carefully curated for public consumption. Through official Instagram posts and widely circulated photographs, the king's presence reached millions within minutes. This was tradition deliberately amplified through modern technology. By contrast, Prince Harry's gesture was intentionally private. His wreath and letter were placed after the king and queen had departed, reflecting a wish to honor without drawing attention. It was not designed as a spectacle. It was a personal act of respect toward veterans and his late grandfather. Yet paradoxically, it too became a public story, not because Harry sought attention, but because digital media thrives on uncovering what is hidden. In today's technological ecosystem, silence can sometimes speak louder than ceremony. What was meant to be quiet became amplified, shared, and debated across platforms. This contrast reveals a fascinating truth about the monarchy in the digital age. Technology does not merely report royal actions, it shapes how they are perceived. Official channels like the royal family's Instagram offer polished narratives of unity and heritage, while independent media platforms highlight more personal, unscripted moments. Together, these streams create a multi-layered portrait of the monarchy, simultaneously ceremonial and human, institutional and personal. What unites both Charles and Harry, however, is their reliance on technology to connect with audiences. Without digital platforms, Charles's Balmoral arrival would have remained a localized event seen only by those present. Without online reporting, Harry's private tribute would have gone unnoticed outside Staffordshire. Technology thus acts as the invisible thread binding these stories to the public sphere. It ensures that rituals of continuity and gestures of humility alike are preserved, interpreted, and remembered. Royal analysts often emphasize this duality. While Charles represents the crown's continuity, Harry embodies the emotional resonance of personal memory and service. Their stories are not in opposition, but in dialogue, offering the public two lenses through which to view the monarchy: the grandeur of institution and the authenticity of individual experience. In a digital world where audiences demand both spectacle and sincerity, this balance may prove essential for the monarchy's survival. As we transition these parallel narratives, invite us to reflect on a larger theme: how tradition and technology together shape not only royal storytelling, but also public trust. This is the foundation upon which we can explore the next stage of our discussion: the broader role of media and digital innovation in redefining monarchy for the 21st century. Having compared King Charles's ceremonial presence with Prince Harry's private tribute, it is important to step back and examine the force that binds these narratives together: the media empowered by digital technology. In today's interconnected world, the monarchy no longer exists solely within the walls of palaces or in the pages of official history. Instead, it is continuously redefined by the cameras, platforms, and algorithms that broadcast every moment to the global stage. The traditional press has always played a role in shaping royal perception, but the digital revolution has expanded this influence dramatically. Consider the king's arrival at Balmoral in earlier times. This would have been a story captured by a handful of journalists and photographers, reaching the public through newspapers the following day. Today, however, high-resolution images are instantly uploaded to official Instagram accounts, while video clips circulate across Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Each repost, comment, and like becomes part of a feedback loop that reinforces the monarchy's image of continuity and dignity. In this way, technology does not just report the event, it multiplies and amplifies it, transforming a regional ritual into a global spectacle. On the other hand, Prince Harry's private act offers a strikingly different example. Because it was not an official engagement, it was not accompanied by official live streams or palace-approved photography. Yet digital media ensured it did not remain hidden. Journalists uncovered the story online, outlets published details, and within hours it was trending across platforms. This demonstrates a defining feature of technology in the 21st century. Even when individuals seek discretion, digital ecosystems often generate visibility. The interplay of surveillance, instant reporting, and viral sharing means that privacy itself has become fragile. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest updates. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.